Hey guys, I'm Super Chef Eric. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be making a Colorado staple, green chili. Yep, with fresh Pueblo green chilies. Raised right here in Colorado. Yeah. So hang out after this intro, I'll be right back. Alrighty guys and gals, if this is your first time tuning in, thanks, I really appreciate it. And if you're one of my loyal returning followers, thank you again so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more vegan, gluten-free recipes, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you'll know as soon as I upload another video. I do both gluten-free vegan cooking tutorials and vegan men's grooming. So right now I've got 3 tablespoons of canola oil in there. I've got 1 cup onions. Yep, you hear that? Sound of yumminess. Now this is a white onion, and green chili is huge in the Southwest and in Colorado. Man, we smother burritos with it, we smother eggs and stuff. I don't eat eggs, but you know, people do. And we have some of the best Anaheim and Big Jim peppers grown right here, right outside of Pueblo, Colorado. These are Musso Farm fresh green chilies that I'm going to be using. I'm using 1 pound of them. I peeled them because after they get roasted, they have a hard, tough skin on them. You want to make sure you remove that. Now these I got roasted for me right up about 2 miles from where I live. This time of year you can find them all over Colorado in different parking lots. So I've got 1 pound of the Pueblo green chilies, and I got the medium ones. And what I did is after I cleaned them, I got rid of most of the seeds. I don't mind having a few in there, but I don't like to get a ton of them just because, you know, they are hard to chew. And what I did is I blended them in my blender, and I used about I used about 6 cups of water. And then I've got another 2 cups of water that I mixed in my favorite Better Than Bouillon garlic base. I used 3 tablespoons of that. And don't worry guys, I'm going to have the recipe typed up right down below as usual. Alright, these are starting to almost get a little translucent. So now we're going to take 1 heaping tablespoon of minced garlic. Remember, you do not want to let garlic burn. Not only will it ruin the dish and let's start over, it's going to make your place just reek, man. Burned garlic, no bueno. And so while that's browning, I'm going to show you what else we're going to use. I've got a 28-ounce can of Rotel tomatoes, and if you can't find the big cans, it's just 2 14-ounce cans. Some stores don't have the big ones, some do, but you know, get whatever flavor you like. They've got all different kinds. I personally like the mild with the green chilies because that's what I'm using, and that's where I want to get my heat, is from the green chilies, not from jalapenos or anything like that. So the garlic is starting to brown. So I'm going to take my 2 cups of veggie broth. Normally, before I went plant-based, I would have used chicken broth, and a very common ingredient you normally will see in most restaurants and everything, and green chili cook-offs, you'll see either pork shoulder or chicken. Now, since I'm plant-based, I don't do either one of those. So, now we're going to add our lovely 28-ounce can of Rotel tomatoes. We're going to add our 1 pound of green chilies, and as you can see, I've blended them up nice and smooth. Now, I personally like my green chili a little on the thinner side. Some people like to thicken it with a roux, but that's not for me. I like mine a little thin, and just like a classic red chili, it's always going to be better the next day because all those seasonings and spices are going to bloom. And speaking of seasonings and spices, we've got a half tablespoon of cracked black pepper and a half tablespoon of kosher salt. We've got 1 tablespoon ground cumin. We've got half tablespoon of rubbed sage. And then, not so secret ingredient right now, I've got 1 tablespoon of Hickory Liquid Smoke. Now, as you can see, this is going to be a nice big old pot. So, up to this point, I've had it on a nice medium-high heat. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower it down to a simmer. And I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. So I'll see you in a little bit of YouTube magic. Oh yeah, look at that simmering goodness. Now, if you're not lucky enough to live in a place where you can get fresh roasted chilies, you can normally find them in your freezer section by the frozen burritos, or you can get the 505 brand Hatch chilies. Costco sells those in a nice big jar. But yeah, there's some ways around it. I definitely wouldn't suggest getting them in those little tiny cans. That would be really expensive. But man, smells great. Now, the way I like to eat mine is with some crushed up tortilla chips. So I'm gonna do me up a bowl, and I'll see you in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. Now my favorite part, the quality check. Now, one thing to remember when you're making chili, especially if you're going to be entering in a contest, make it the day before. That way overnight those spices can really bloom and everything else. Another trick, if you are buying fresh chilies, wait till the end of the season if you like spicy, because the longer they grow, the spicier they get. So, alright, I've got some crushed up organic blue tortilla chips. Here we go. You get the smokiness, a little bit of smokiness from that liquid smoke. You get some heat from the chilies. Get a little texture from tortilla chips. Just about the right amount of heat for me. Like I say, these are medium, but they got a little more spice than medium. So, guys, thanks a lot. Once again, I am Sober Chef Eric. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, go ahead and hit that. Just let me know why. I appreciate you guys coming and taking your time with me. I'm very close to hitting 100 subscribers, so woohoo! So remember, guys, life's too short to eat bad food.